Okay. So we're basically in the third round of the NHL Draft. So I basically reacted to the first round, the first round of this draft. We got Lafreniere, and we also got Braden Schneider, who was very good thanks to the Flames trade. I didn't show the second round, but during the second round, the Canes had the 60th pick, but they traded their pick to the Rangers. So basically, to get that pick, we ended up trading Elias Anderson. So Elias Anderson is now a Cane. So yes, the Rangers have finished the job. They killed him. I mean, the pick that we got from that is William Cully. I mean, Cully is a good player. I mean, like in the past season, he got like 22 goals, 20 assists, and 42 points in 62 games. Now that is really good, but despite that, I fear that this trade is going to haunt us. No one knows how things are gonna go. I fear that Elias Anderson is gonna thrive at the Canes, and he's gonna dominate. It sucks to see Elias Anderson go. I mean, like I said, the pick we got is fine, but still, it's. Oh yeah, I forgot we traded the 72nd pick to the Flames to move up to 19th. Okay. On the defensive side than he would be on the offensive side, as I projected to the funny time and a look at this. A bolt of lightning can reach temperatures hotter than 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 times hotter than the sun. I've actually learned that the lightning is somehow hotter than the sun. Like, I know it burns you, but I didn't expect it to be hotter than the sun and lava. Lafreniere. Welcome to the Rangers. I can't wait to see him play. Well, I wasn't part of that watch party, but I am currently recording my reaction to the first round. I'm still downloading the sound files and putting everything together, but it's going to take a while to put that video together and to put this video together, but it will be released and it will be a good one. The Wild acquired Nick Bonino from the Predators. So the Rangers will only have the 92nd pick. This is gonna take a while, but there's Mike Rupp. I'm here right now. Coverage continues all day today on NHL Network. We continue here as recapping what happened with the New York Rangers so far in the 2020 draft. Alexis Lafreniere is number 1. Number 1. Schneider's a very good defenseman, and we got it from the Hurricanes pick. I mean, it was the Hurricanes pick, and then we got it from the Flames. I mean, what the Flames got is a good player, but still, we got a better defenseman by giving up Brady Shea. Enjoy the next 4 years of Brady Shea, Carolina. Like unless Schneider becomes a bust, the Rangers have clearly won the Shea trade.
I mean, this is the old school pick of you, Upper Day. I mean, how nice is that? That brings back memories, doesn't it?
Yeah, draft moments bring back memories.
I think I was skating with Tom Barrasso and Pat LaFontaine, 2 other players from that draft that went on and had amazing
that's him.
careers. Cool to see that, right?
Yeah,
it's cool.
It is. You don't see that very often.
We'll get you a copy at some point.
Senators acquired Matt Murray from the Penguins in exchange for Jonathan Gruden and Joel Blum. Oh, they got Blomqvist.
We're thrilled to be here with all of you.
I'm still surprised that Matt Murray got traded. I know he's not the same Murray that he brought the Stanley Cup, but still.
From the Moose Jaw Warriors, Damon Hunt.
What, they just announced that pick before, the pick just mentioned before they even announced it. We traded Elias Anderson from William Kyle. Still can't believe you traded him. I wonder if Damon Hunt is related to Brad Hunt. I think that's his name, because there's another Hunt in Minnesota. I think he's also a defenseman. January 1st, start of the season. And they announced the pick. Is that going to do that now when they said the pick before they even say it? Ian Moore will be selected to the Ducks. Seriously, they just ruined the suspense of the picks. Like, now we're going to know what the picks are before the teams even announce them.
It was just stressful.
Oh, I was about to say, am I not allowed to watch the rest of the draft anymore? I would have been sad. I know it's gonna take hours, but I technically have all the time in the world, so I'm okay with this.
This year's free agent pool is loaded with talent. The market is so strong.
Yeah, Friday is gonna be an interesting day. Wonder what we're gonna do.
Big names will be on the move. Tune into NHL Network for the opening of free agency. See who goes where and what the potential salary.
Hopefully the guys that the Rangers have for free agency stays, except for Greg McKegg and Michael Haley. They both suck. Oh, the coverage begins at 9. I'm guessing if I'm able to watch this live, I'll know to record this. We've earned the #1 pick. I know it mostly happened because of the pandemic, but still, we went from getting swept by a team that we swept in the regular season to winning Lafreniere.
We all know what the expectation is for Austin Matthews. He's a unique, special player. You think about Austin Matthews. He's got a real consistency to his approach to playing, and they're going to love him in Toronto.
Austin Matthews, the #1 pick.
The Toronto Maple Leafs got the best player of the draft and one of the best players to come along in the draft in many years. He's going to be a great player for many years to come.
He's ready to play with the big boys in the National Hockey League.
I mean, it's a dream come true. It's such a big honor, especially a storied franchise like the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Austin Matthews has been nothing short of a sensational player. We continue our draft coverage brought to you by EA Sports NHL 21. That cover there, Austin Matthews, has been NHL 20. And, of course, whenever you're featured in NHL 20, you go there to do big things on the ice. So you saw Austin Matthews on the ice while in the game. Guy's incredible. Just his goal-scoring touch, his reach, dexterity. Look at these moves, the stick handling, the poise. How do you account for that? It's unbelievable. Austin Matthews, whether it's in a video game or on the ice, is a big reason why Toronto Maple Leafs love him. Pre-order now.
Okay, so I need to tell you guys this. While I was editing this video, I noticed that the footage for the whole draft itself froze to this part. So for the rest of this video, you just see a screen that's froze. But luckily, my webcam footages were able to go through just fine, and thank God they work. Otherwise, this video wouldn't have been made possible. So I'm sorry you have to see a frozen game screen for the rest of the time, but at least my face cam works well, so at least you'll be able to see it run normally. So I'm sorry for those technical difficulties, but I hope you enjoy the rest of this video.
NHL 21. I get it from Al the Sun. He's locked in. We love the Xbox. Love the hockey video game.
Well, once the Rangers win the Stanley Cup, I will buy one of those games. Like if the Rangers win the Cup in 2021, I'll buy this game.
Vegas Golden Knights.
Wait.
Vegas is proud to select Lucas Cormier.
Wait, they mentioned 68th, but we're 2 rounds past. Now they said Alexander Nishkin and Emo Vero. Seriously, slow down.
He goes to the Carolina Hurricanes. This is a guy who played the 4th most games
I'm just
under
gonna
19.
Levi Merilainen.
Well, I have that he had 3 assists in 29 games.
Seriously, they're so far behind. Oh, and there's the pick that the Rangers would have picked I wonder what Calgary is gonna get.
196-pound defender in a few years. He loves the open ice hits. Those are something I don't recall the last time.
Seriously, if the Flames choose a player that sucks, I'm gonna laugh.
He's an excellent skater, which allows him to step up in the neutral zone. Excellent lateral movement.
I mean, seriously, it almost looked like the Flames were gonna skip the first round because they traded twice. John Jason Peterka, he was projected to be in the first round but didn't get selected. I'm glad they were able to take him soon in the second round.
Calgary's proud to select from St. John of Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, Jeremy Poirier.
He's the third
Oh, is it a defenseman? Okay, so let's see. Jeremy.
Loves to go fishing. He's a huge fan of Tiger Woods. Listen, they've gone fishing here for a guy who, as Sam Cosentino told us, can be a wild horse up there on the ice. PK Subban types cause. What a pick here.
They compared him to PK Subban. I'm still shocked that PK Subban did terrible this season. Hopefully he's able to bounce back. Let's see how Poirier does. Oh my god. Last season, he scored 20 goals, 33 assists, and 53 points in 64 games. Now this season, he scored a goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 2 games. Wow, that's more than what Schneider had. I mean, I'm still happy with Schneider, but the Flames made an interesting pick. But negative 25 rating.
Yeah, it certainly could be a home run pick. You're right. When you look at his pedigree and where we had him, and listen, these are all just, approximations, but we had him at 28th perhaps as a ranking, and a guy certainly put up good.
Really?
St. John's for him to go down at 72 for the Flames.
Wait, 28th overall or 28th out of the
73rd
second round?
Nashville.
Shame that Anderson is gone. Thank God for Tony DeAngelo. And I don't want to say this, but luckily for us, Stepan and Ranta are both doing terribly. They're both struggling in Coyotes, so at least the Rangers are still the winners thanks to Tony DeAngelo, which I hope we extend.
The third round rolling on.
There's us on the bottom of the screen. Kyle Turris has been bought out. I'm still shocked about that. I mean, Turris is a good player. Not on his prime, but still good.
To get started, just text Carl to 303030, and I'll text you back with how to
Well, the picks are being made during commercials. I just realized that. Domi being traded to the Blue Jackets surprised me. Like traded a top 6 forward. A top 6 forward for a guy that just snuck into the top 6 role.
Go ahead with the 74 selection, Florida.
But we're actually in 75, waiting for 76.
This is a guy who loves the show Friends so much, he's rewatched the entire series 6 times. He considers himself a mix between
Really? Wow, he watched the entire Friends show 6 times.
And they forged a bond. Lots, what more do you have on him?
Wow.
Hoping he might get drafted by the Avalanche, to be honest with you. He missed it by a pick.
Quinn Byfield, 2nd overall, the highest selected black player in NHL history.
If you watch the playoffs, you would have seen his brother Liam, who was selected in the first round out of the London Knights program a couple of years ago by the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh yeah. Oh, he is related to Liam Foudy of the Blue Jackets. No wonder why that last name sounds familiar. Wow, the Oilers just traded their 76 overall pick to the Sharks. You can't call it. Good job to the Lightning. Lanny McDonald actually made an appearance in the first round last night. Hopefully, we're gonna have a lot of these moments this decade. An empire is coming. Oh, so the Oilers traded a 76 pick for a 100 and 126 pick.
You know what? You're gonna feel idolized Pavel Datsyuk growing up and was raised in the same hometown. How about that synchronicity, Sam Cosby?
Alright, I think they just said that he's a fan of Pavel Datsyuk.
You know, the San Jose Sharks, I mean, they're trying to figure out a way to get this thing back on track. They've had 12 great years of incredible performance, really, up until last year.
Yeah, I'm shocked that the Sharks did terribly. I mean, it's interesting that the Sharks got Devin Dubnyk in the trade. A guy that didn't do good with the Wild. But maybe Dubnyk might find his way back. Kyle Klein.
The goalie for Rögle Jr. out of Sweden. Some comps to Braden Holtby. EJ, what say you?
I wonder what's gonna happen to Holtby now that Lundqvist most likely will join the Capitals in free agency. I mean, Holtby's not that good anymore, and Samsonov has emerged. I wonder if Holtby is going to be gone and have Lundqvist become the backup with Samsonov being the main goalie.
Do not go anywhere. Look at that big board.
And it's going to be even more bigger because there's plenty more where that came from.
With a pandemic, so yeah, it's been a long couple of months as well. So
yeah,
I'm just
it's a long month. Yeah, 2020 is a weird month. I mean, it's a weird year.
And I think it would be safe to say that part of the reason you had to wait a little longer was because this was a tough year overall for you. You missed 32.
I'm pretty sure it's a tough year for all of us. Even if you're able to survive, even if you're able to survive it and not get infected, people like me are. There's some people that are difficult trying to make it alive.
Mentally and physically, as you get ready to continue your
the lifestyles have been different. Alex Lafreniere. Well, Canes, you failed to steal Lafreniere from us, but at least you got Alex Lafreniere. So it's close enough.
Alex Lafreniere, that's right. Not to be confused with Alexi Lafreniere. This is expected to play at Harvard.
And they tried to take him away from us. Nope.
Listen, these picks are coming in fast and furious. Back to Bill Daly.
Fast and furious.
Here to make New Jersey's selection, the
Nicholas Dawes.
It is Paul Castron, the VP of Amateur Scouting for the New Jersey Devils.
New Jersey Devils are proud to select from the Guelph Storm, Nico Dawes.
And so he went into that offseason.
Oh, he's a goalie.
Pounds, guys, rededicated himself, came back for George Burnett's Guelph Storm, and was lights out in the first half. Never having been a part of Hockey Canada's program of excellence previously, that's a difficult.
Oh, 23, 8, and 6. 5 shutouts. That's impressive. Maxim Groshev for the Lightning.
They're closer to what you think they will be. So really impressed with Nico Dawes. I hope he keeps up that hard work. And
Capitals signed Brendan Dillon to a 4-year deal. He's not even that good though. Why would they extend him?
Hi, have you ever heard of Beachbody On Demand?
Yes, you've just mentioned this.
And also Markstrom, you know, I think the Canucks have really learned that there are some teams out there.
Oh, they're trying to trade Markstrom for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Really?
I think a lot of us are expecting him to hit the market, and I'm wondering if there's a stealth team out there, someone like Edmonton, who's waiting for the opportunity to get a chance to talk to him.
Elsewhere in the Pacific, of course, the Vegas Golden Knights with an interesting goaltender situation there. What's the latest you're hearing?
Yeah, that's interesting. What is it?
Waiting for Ryan Strome with the New York Rangers.
Please extend Strome. Please qualify him soon.
On what kind of things could be done out there.
Leo Loof
that really caught a lot of people
for the Blues.
Kyle Turris in Nashville. The Predators bought him out along with a defenseman named Steven Santini. I think
Steven Santini that they got from the PK Subban trade.
Come play for them. And you take a look at what the Predators are doing. They've also announced they're not re-signing Craig Smith or Michael Granlund. Some people are willing. They're not
extending Craig Smith or Mikael Granlund.
Really? Lots of questions still to be answered.
Dylan Peterson, another
Tony Granado, 6th round pick by the Rangers.
Solid kid that's
We're getting close to the 92nd pick.
really polite young
The
man.
Islanders, Trevor Kuntar.
I'm sure he's a polite young man. Let's find out. Jamie Hirsch, EJ Raddick.
Aren't all players selected a polite? But then again, this is hockey. You're not supposed to be polite. Alexander Luchankran or Lundkrantz or Jim Krantz or Luchakrantz. Oh, two picks in a row for the Lightning after the Rangers.
Well, the Boston Bruins, he was passed over in the draft a season ago. His dad, Les, was a goalie for Montreal, played 6 games.
He was eligible for last year's draft and nobody drafted him? Really?
One thing you'll notice about him right away, he's one of a number of guys today, and even in the first round, that have been passed over in the draft in the past. He is an on-time 0-1. Does that mean anything? No, it doesn't mean anything about the player's ability.
That's just sad to prepare to get all that time preparation for the draft, only to find out that you're not selected, so you have to wait till next year. I mean, it's like, did you realize how much time that he wasted the first time and he did not get drafted? Oh, the Rangers are next. And anyways, he could have spent all that time practicing more hockey, spending time with family or anything else fun and important. But no, all he did was sit there and he never gets called. How sad. I wonder what the Rangers are going to select with the 92nd pick.
Out of Sweden, a twin brother Linus is also a center. Reader, what can you tell us about Leo Loof?
Well, Loof is not a center. He's a left-shot defenseman. He's a tremendous skater, as we've seen so many times. You get players come out of Sweden, players come out of Europe, and the skating ability that he's got, that's something that is just going to carry on moving forward. St. Louis Blues are not necessarily looking for defense, but you can never have too many defensemen.
I wonder what's going to happen to Pietrangelo, though. I mean, they said they're going to test him for free agency.
Scouting reports I've heard, it says he isn't flashy. Biggest skills are skating.
I know it's not gonna happen, but it would be great if he comes to the Rangers. I mean, we need to. I mean, we need to spend a lot of money and get a lot of good players. Okay, so for the 92nd pick, the Rangers have selected a centerman named Oliver Tarnstrom. Let's take a look at him. Oh yeah, the 4th round is coming up next. Well, he got 11 goals, 23 assists, and 34 points in 41 games with the J20 Super Elite last season. And so far, he only has 1 goal in 2 games for J20 Nation. Wow, Nation now. I mean, but he has been with multiple leagues, so.
With the 92nd selection overall, here again is Gordy Clark from the New York Rangers.
We got another pick.
New York Rangers select from AIK Oliver
Tarnstrom. Yeah, they mentioned him already. Okay, so in the 4th round, the Rangers are picking with the 103rd pick.
Yeah, thanks, Adnan. We are happy to have Will Cooley, the newest member of the New York Rangers, joining us here now. Will, congratulations first and foremost. I want to hear your
there's William Cooley.
Ranger. We know they have the top overall pick this year, Alexis Lafreniere. They made the qualifying round of the playoffs already, so they're already kind of ahead of schedule. What was your reaction to finding out you would be joining this elite franchise?
Well, yeah, I was really excited. Obviously, me and my family shared a great moment there. Obviously, being picked by such a great organization with such good history, obviously it was really exciting, and yeah, I was just, super ecstatic, and everyone in my family was really happy and proud of me. It was just a great moment altogether.
Well, you're a big fella, and I know the fans in New York, I've been around Ranger fans my whole life, they like big, tough players. Is that what you hope to bring to the NHL if and when that time comes?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely hope to bring my size and strength and play a really rough and tough physical game in New York. I think that's one of my big strengths, and I think that's what's going to make me successful at the next level is playing physical and really taking it to every opponent I can.
Our research team here does a great job of picking out all these nuggets about you, not only on the ice, but off the ice as well. They tell me that you can answer any question about Star Wars. I don't know if you can answer this question. Which is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, that's an easy question. It's obviously Revenge of the Sith, the third one. That's my favorite, not only favorite Star Wars movie, but favorite movie in general. So.
That's great. When did you start watching Star Wars, and why the huge fandom?
Oh, I just started watching it when I was a kid with my dad, and I just love the characters and the story, and I think it's just some great movies and some great stuff put together.
All right, you say you can answer any question about it. I'm not any expert on Star Wars, so I don't have that question, but let me ask you this. What is the hardest question someone has asked you where you really weren't sure of the answer?
Do you mean in terms of Star Wars or just any question in general?
Star Wars.
Oh, man. Well, the hardest question I think that many people struggle to answer would be who is Anakin Skywalker's father?
I am your father. Isn't that
Yeah, that is an interesting question that we still have to this day. Who is Anakin's father? We know about his mother, but we don't know anything about his father.
The fact that Jamie gave us Luke, I am your father. That's great. I wanted to hear him talk about Baby Yoda.
I am your father.
Something like that.
Give us the answer. Come on.
I don't know the answer. Star Wars is not my forte.
Let him give us.
So many questions being unanswered for Star Wars. Like, is there going to be any more Star Wars, or the 9th movie is going to be it? Because we thought that the 6th movie was going to be the end, but then there's more. The only time will tell in the galaxy far, far away.
That's why he's the chosen one, but it's pretty complicated stuff.
You are the chosen one!
It sounds very complicated. Wow.
That's a hard one to answer.
Yeah.
Hard one to answer.
You know what? That's why you were...
Only the real Star Wars fans know that.
That's what I was going to say. That's
Yeah.
an elite Star Wars mind. You're obviously an elite hockey player as well, since you are now drafted into the National Hockey League. So bringing it back to the ice where we can, add a little more to the conversation. Maybe. I also read that you strongly considered attending Penn State, but then eventually decided to go the OHL route. What went into that decision?
Yeah, I think...
those phones are rude.
For me, but I think just the appeal of Windsor and the young group and the great coaching staff, just everything in Windsor kind of lined up great for me, and I think I made the right choice, and it worked out well. And Windsor's obviously a great town and great fans, great city. Nothing to complain about there, and I'm excited to be heading back there for the 3rd year. So.
Well, I think we hear your phone buzzing off the hook. It's probably all your friends giving you props for going.
Yeah, seriously. He's in the middle of the interview, and you decided to interrupt him. Just let him say what he needs to say. Then he'll talk to you when he's done.
Let's go back to the Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly now.
Oh, by the way, I finished emailing myself the sound files from round 1. So after this, I'll get to work on putting round 1 video together, and also work on the rest of the rounds together. It's going to take a while, but both of them will be released soon. And in between, I would do a video talking about all the picks we got. So, so this video here will be released after I release my reaction, me and my grandma's reaction to the first round. Once that is released, then I do this one. And to make things easier for Ranger fans, once both of these come out, I'll make another video that only shows the Rangers picks for this year's draft. So stay tuned for those. Jets signed Dylan DeMello to 4-year contract, $3 million. Montreal's next on the clock, and after that, the Rangers.
With being able to give you a little bit of offense, and we've seen how important that is.
Offense.
These days. So
it's offense. Oh boy, the Rangers are on the clock.
When you're playing in a league like the AJHL, not that it's not elite, but it's hard to match up unless you end up in international events with those kids.
Who are we going to select with that pick?
Natural goal scoring and weight matters in this league. Height, not so much. But the package that you carry in terms of
They
weight,
shouldn't matter.
that's important. I think this is a really nice pick for the Edmonton Oilers.
5'9", .90. Teammate Matt Benning went 95th to Florida as well. Adam Villesby is either at 101. He was passed over in the NHL Draft Reader each of the last 2 years, and here he was selected. Good for him.
Jack Smith didn't get drafted in 2 years in a row? Seriously, how do these people not see talent in some players? I mean, like, getting passed once is enough, but twice? So we got a goalie named Dylan Garand.
Interesting when scouts say that he's got a great set of hands, he can beat players one-on-one. Well, he's a defenseman. You don't normally hear scouts talk about his ability to beat players one-on-one.
Let's see how he is. Wow. So in last season, Gagarin got .921 save percentage and a 2.21 goals against average in 42 games. Now that's impressive. Oh, they're showing him right now. Perfect.
In a single season, it was set back in 98-99. The pride of Victoria, British Columbia caused a goalie for Kamloops.
Yeah, and you gotta love it. His story really starts 2 years ago when the Kamloops Blazers needed wins and plenty of them down the stretch. Well, they ended up getting points in each of their last 7 games. That got them into a one-game playoff with the Rockets. Meanwhile,
4 shutouts. 28, 10, and 3. That's impressive.
They win that game 5-1 and end up bowing out in the first round after that. But a huge accomplishment.
Man, we're making a lot of good selections.
I can do this. I'm worthy of being the #1 goaltender. So then he goes and plays all last season. 28 wins for Kamloops, a really good team. .921 save percentage before the pause shut things down. But he's into it. This guy loves hockey. Goes back to Victoria in the offseason. He wants a way to get better. Can't really do a whole lot on the ice. So what does he do? The guy goes to Costco, gets a job at Costco and says, you know what, I want to go buy one of those high-end bikes, maybe a Peloton, something like that, much like myself, gentlemen. And that's how he's working out here in the offseason. He's got his eye on the prize. A little bit on the smallish side compared to today's NHL standards for goaltenders at 6'1", 185, but there's a lot of drive and motivation behind this young man.
Just like the drive and motivation.
Interesting.
Peloton will effort in some video of that momentarily. By the way, Grant, no hydration problems for him. He drinks 12 to 15 bottles of water a day.
12 to 15 bottles of water? That is really excessive. That's... Seriously. Seriously, with all that, he's gonna spend the majority of his day in the bathroom taking a piss. Like, what the hell? That's too much. I know you want to get you want to get fit and healthy by drinking a lot of water, but this is where you do too much. Like, chill, calm down. Damn. Okay, so we're waiting until the round 5 with the 134th overall pick to get our next guy. Chandler Stevenson signs a 4-year deal with the Golden Knights. Wow. A bottom sixer who was a fourth liner with the Caps that's starting to move up Yes! Rangers qualify Ryan Strome. Now all that's left is Jesper Fast. Now all we have left is Jesper Fast. All we gotta say is that we need to keep Jesper Fast. Then all the free agents, except for McKaig and Haley, will all get extended. I hope they're long. So we've qualified D'Angelo, we've qualified Georgiev, we qualified Lemieux, and now we've qualified for Strome. Now, seriously, Foss is all that's left to figure out. But that's good news. That we made the decision that we want to keep them. Now when free agency comes along, You know what to do. Extend them all.
I would agree. Can't wait to see what happens with that situation. Thanks, Elliot. Let's go back to Adnan.
I still can't believe Lundqvist is gonna play with the Caps.
We take a look now at the latest picks here as we're up to 109 here. The Montreal Canadiens. We would have
I still can't believe he bought him out either. And even though I expected it, I still can't believe it. 47 goals, 48 assists in 31 games? Damn! That is a lot! And he's a 4th round pick!
This is a guy not unlike Jake Gardner. Used to be a forward, he jumped back to D. You see some
Really, Jake Gardner was a forward and then went to defense. I did not know that. That's cool. Well, Cully, go into great detail on how Anakin Skywalker didn't have a father is what live TV is for.
Did not have a father is what live TV is for. You're right, Mark Antoine. That was definitely good fun. Jamie Hirsch and E.J. Rad doing the interview.
Yeah, seriously.
There's not a Star Wars question he cannot answer, and he went into, I would say, in-depth detail, Reader, when it came to the Star Wars origin story.
I don't know Star Wars guys, so I don't know, but it was definitely in depth. I'll give him that much. I'll give Will Cooley that much.
Where's Tony Lofton? You need him.
Hey, listen, there you go.
Tony's a guy.
Tony would have. Oh, they'd still be chit-chatting.
Tony is at home watching this with his lightsaber.
Swapping numbers, saying they would have been like, "Hey, no question. We love you, Tony. We know you're watching.
We absolutely. We know Tony's watching. Appreciate the entire crew here supporting us as we continue with all the picks. All right.
Probably.
Rod McClellan doesn't want to hear this conversation. He wants to win now. Those coaches.
I'm pretty sure everyone wants to win now.
You gotta get it going. That's right. The long play.
But for the Rangers, it's not just we want to win now, we will win now. We will have an empire.
2 centermen, 2 defensemen, and for more
2 centers, 2 defense.
we check in with their general manager, Bill Guerin. Bill, thanks so much
Go
for joining us here
Guerin.
today in the midst of a
Good to see you again, dude.
Want to start with, I know you've got lots of work still to do yet today, and like you said, free agency opening up on Friday, so we'll catch up with you a little later. Thank you.
Friday's gonna be an interesting day.
Let us in on it. You're a Penguins guy, huh?
Yet he's gets signed with the Coyotes. Oh, the 4th round is almost finished, then it'll be the 5th round.
A defenseman who led his team in scoring last year, which, as you know, is a rarity, Adnan. So when it comes to
Berube, is that Jean-Francois Berube, the goalie that we had in the Wolfpack? I think after the Canadiens pick, we'll go to round 5, I think.
As good as you are. We look at guys who we had slotted a little bit higher. Chromiak is one guy who has fallen down. We had him much higher on our draft boards, and unfortunately, waiting with bated breath right now for his selection. So curious to see.
Really, this guy was projected to be drafted higher, and all that time has passed, and he's still waiting. Seriously, what is up with the teams not looking for his talent?
Well, you know what? I mean, there's no question that he would have been seen. You're scouting Zayd Wisdom, and a lot of scouts were going in there to look at Zayd Wisdom. Now, Chromiak, the difference is...
I seriously hope Chromiak gets drafted, because if no one drafts him this year, that would be sad.
After that, and you think that the scouting is going to obviously continue while looking at Zayd Wisdom. Everyone's got their eye on Shane Wright, waiting for a couple of years for that guy to make his way into this conversation. And when you go in there with the preconception of what you've already seen, sometimes that's what remains in your mind. Now, the fact of the matter is, when I saw him, I saw a guy with speed, I saw a guy with skill, no problem making plays, shoots the puck pretty good. All of these things that would very much fit into this situation where we are in the 4th round. I don't think there's any question that it can't be...
Martin Chromiak was projected to be number 35? Really? 35! That's been projected! And now we're at the end of the 4th round. No one's chosen him yet. Seriously, what are they doing?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It is surprising that Chromiak...
And did any other of these players get drafted? Yeah, once the Canadiens make their pick, we'll go to the 5th round. Okay, so now we're going to the 5th round. The Rangers... Wait a minute, were we 127th before?
Opportunities when you get the puck are going to be limited. So So I think for Antonio, it's been a bit of an eye-opening to say, all right, I know.
Did somebody trade the
puck, the stick skills, the 10 and 2, and all of those elements are clearly.
I think
present, but his play away from the puck, the defensive style of play.
What did we just did we make a trade?
Fourth round. There's no doubt his skill plays.
Did we make a trade with someone to move up?
Deserving to be a lot higher than where it is.
But
it's that play away from the puck.
Because we were 130.
That have to be taken care of in his game.
We're still 134th. Okay, so we have. Oh, so we have 2 to select in the second round.
I don't think 2 years ago that would have been the projection.
I wonder who. I don't know who we. I don't remember who we traded our 127th pick to, but what? I mean, like, who traded us their 127th pick?
Now, there's no trading allowed, and we're seeing a lot more trading. It's a lot of trading.
I think someone made a trade with the Rangers for the 127th pick. I don't know who.
Slow the process down. There's a couple of thoughts. It was that the late flight after the draft, because as soon as the last pick is taken, teams stay at their tables until the final pick of the 7th round is there. As soon as that last pick is taken, everybody's out of the building because they've got flights to head home right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the point of staying if all the picks you had were taken? The only way for you to come back is if someone randomly makes a trade with you and you're making you pick again.
Discussions, a lot more thinking maybe going in rather than having a half-full building. Because really by the end of the second round or the second day of the draft, there are still fans there, but you've got a show to put on, and the show is for the fans. So it's interesting the length.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing the show on so that I can show my reaction to you. I mean, it started from 11:30, which I wasn't watching, but it's currently close to 4:30 right now. We've been recording for like. We've been recording for almost 3 hours now. It's even longer than the events that it's even longer than the history of classical music I did in my main channel, and also some of the census events I did in my second channel, which is JD and Professional. But holy shit, 3 hours and we're still holding on. Seriously, for those that is watching this video, if you made it up to this point, if you managed to watch this entire video, then holy shit, kudos to you. You're amazing. You're the best. I mean, like, you could have spent all that time doing other things, but the fact you're able to take all that time to watch this entire video, it's just impressive.
Pretty exciting. We can tell you that the pick was supposed to be Detroit Red Wings. They called a timeout, and now the pick has been traded to the Vegas Golden Knights.
Really? Detroit traded their pick. Wow.
5 here right now, so that's why a little bit of movement right now. So Detroit's deciding to make that move, and it is interesting. Sometimes you get some movement with teams trading picks. We haven't really dug up yet, but there's been more trades this year than last year. But I do want to talk about the Rams that they're picking from. I mean, this is unbelievable. Lots just referenced it. Like,
and they chose a goalie.
Just checking out some shows and maybe a casino. No, we're going to hang out in Montana. We're going to go maybe a little bit of swimming, a little bit of kayaking. We're going to get some beautiful views here. But this is a state here in Montana.
It's a shame. It's a shame we live in New York and not in Canada, because we'd be doing all these things. Like, we were supposed to, if this pandemic didn't happen, we were supposed to go to Canada this summer, but COVID was like, nope. It would be good if we were able to go there around Christmas time. Well, let's see what happens.
It's too early to say winners and losers of the draft, but I just feel like that's a team that sticks out to me. Ottawa right now is feeling pretty good. If you're a fan of the team, they've made some moves to bolster this roster.
Yeah, no question. I think I'd have to say the number one winner is the New York Rangers.
We're the winners.
But another winner, the Ottawa Senators, you've got to say that they've got to be pretty close to number 2, getting 3 and 5 picks. And when you can pick up a player like Tim Stützle with the number 3 pick, and then you can take Jake Sanderson with the number 5 pick, you've got 2 players who legitimately could crack the lineup when the season starts back up. And it looks like we're going to, hopefully, fingers crossed for everybody, that we get going back in January.
Wow, seven picks. in the first 3 rounds for the Senators.
Season right into
Do they even have any more picks, or they're just done? I mean, they gotta have more, right? Oh, the Rangers are on the clock. And the Rangers chose a center named Evan Vierlin.
Plus minus. So it tells you that you really do care about playing in your own end as well as the offensive zone. How would you describe your style?
So in the OHL last season, Vierlin got 14 goals, 30 assists, and 44 points in
Sam, another part of your development, you played your youth hockey with the Boston Junior Bruins, obviously
in 43 games. 44 points in 43 games for the OHL. Oh my God, the Rangers are on a roll with these draft picks. Okay, so we got the Sharks had the 127th overall pick, but we got the 127th pick, and we gave up the 196 and the 206 overall pick. So wait a minute, 196 and 206. 196 and 206. 96 and 206. So we had 3 picks in the 7th round, but now we're gonna have 1 left, which is 197. So the Rangers have 3 picks left.
I hope that serves as motivation. Listen, when you come over from Europe and you're playing in North America, the rink's smaller, the game's a little bit heavier, the schedule's a little bit tougher. It's a tough adjustment.
Thank you, Sharks.
So if you're thinking soft and
well, Max Domi signs a 2-year extension. Signs a 2-year deal with the Blue Jackets. I'm certain that Columbus won that trade. Ooh, Jesse Pajärvi got a 2-year extension. So the Oilers are not giving up in Pajärvi. That's good.
This might be a draft Ottawa Senators fans remember for a very long time. You're looking at Tim Stützle and then Jake Sanderson, another first-round pick later on as well. 3 in total for the Ottawa Senators last night. They started the draft with 12 picks, and that's now down to 10. But they've gotten some very good pieces in return.
They had 12 picks, and now they had 10.
And we are very happy to have Jean-Pierre Dorion joining us now on what has been a very busy day and 24 hours.
So they have 10 picks left instead of 5.
3 first-round picks.
He was someone that could play against the other team's best players.
Oh, he almost dropped his headphones.
Provided some offensive skills, some movement ability. He just, what we felt, was a guy that could play in all situations.
He can't keep it up there. Oh, the Rangers are on the clock.
You know, Pierre, you guys really kicked things off on the creative front last night by having Alex Trebek come out and make the...
Yeah, that moment with Alex Trebek was amazing. Like, why couldn't all picks been announced like that? Oh, we got Brett Berard. It was one of the predictions for earlier, and we got him. That's good. Let's look at Brett Berard. I wonder if he was related to Brian Berard. So last season Berard got 16 goals, 18 assists, and 34 points in 41 games. Seriously, we're really on a roll with the draft picks. Like there hasn't been a single player that we drafted that was terrible or just okay. And this is in the 5th round. And we have 2 picks left.
When we come back, Martin Chromiak and his family's reaction says it all. Relief.
Chromiak got chosen. Yay!
We'll be back with more from that.
Chromiak. When did he? He got selected by the Canes of a 128th pick. Yay!
got some pretty cool video here. And honestly, this is interesting. This is young Mr. Boatman here at number 80 being selected and being told at practice. So imagine this. You're at practice, hanging out with your teammates. You're being told you've been drafted at number 80.
Wow.
And yes, you're going to be going to the National Hockey League. That's the
What a celebration.
exhilaration when you actually get that moment. That's pretty cool to imagine. You're just it's privilege.
And you blow
Yeah,
your
wow.
because your team all jumps on top.
Has no relation to Brian. EJ, I would have thought Brett Burrow, that's got to be some relation, but no, it isn't.
Yeah, I was with you. I felt the same way when a Rhode Island kid with that name, but it's not the case. It's good to see though that people named other than Brian can get to go to Mount St. Charles. As younger Brady Berard is going there. But as for Brett, scouts look at him, as someone with a really good motor. He's not the biggest guy, 5'9", 155. But he's really under your skin. He's got he's got good initiative. He's a guy that likes to be in the battle. Some people will say he's a poor man's Brad Marchand. If you ask me, I'll take a poor man's Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand's a pretty good player.
Plus 15 rating. Now that's impressive. Look at all those picks that are still waiting.
Best available player.
Hey Sam, I'm going to send this out to you for everybody on Sportsnet 1 back home in Ontario. Sam Cosentino's in the penalty box. Would someone please send Sam some pizza? Sam, we're on your side. We love you. Can you send him some food?
Yeah, please send him some food. Please.
But please, anybody's listening back home, help him out.
Come on, guys, help us, cause.
Losing them, Sam.
You guys are always.
And I wish an hour or two has passed so that I can eat. Hopefully this draft finishes just in time for me to eat my dinner, and so that I'm able to watch the vice presidential debate tonight, because I'm excited for that. Dmitry Ovechkinikov.
Okay, now why would I say that he's playing for UFA in the KHL? He is playing on the main team this year. Another guy that's
did someone trade? Did someone just traded the Canes their pick? I don't think the Canes had the 140th pick to begin with.
And I'd be shocked if he goes very. Last year, he was passed over in the draft. Not a big deal. You're going to see guys, especially from here on out, go. He is
Seriously, so many players that just got denied in the draft. It's good they're giving them a chance now, but why didn't they get a chance before?
It is what it is at this stage. You got a lot of projections.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh, you set Madison record. That's where my dad is. That's where my dad, my stepmom, and my 3 siblings are at, and also my grandma. On my the mother of my dad, not the mother of my mom, but interesting.
The Arizona Coyotes, they're going to need some guys in the future here with their roster for sure to come out of this draft. It's not an easy task for them with everything that's happening.
Yeah, I'm still shocked that they would buy out Michael Grabner. I know he's not the same player as he was for the Islanders and the Rangers, but still, why would you give him up?
Calgary Flames. Now, it's been a long day here at the draft. You know what we're doing? Well, this is Lott here and myself.
What is this?
Imitating John Gruden here. This is just how you stay loose and make sure you stay balanced. Look at Lotz. And that thing I spent his lifetime in hockey. Look how agile he is.
And this guy just doesn't care. It's like those damn weirdos.
Short conversations
What?
about real
Vegas made a call to the Rangers to inquire about D'Angelo as a backup plan if they can't let Pietrangelo. No, do not trade D'Angelo to the Vegas. You just said he's qualified. Keep him. Seriously, Vegas better not get Tony D'Angelo. He's a great defenseman and we need him. We just qualified him, which means that we're willing to extend him. Like if he ended up giving rid of D'Angelo, I'm gonna be pissed. I think the Blues traded their pick to the Wild.
Things like that. So
yeah, lots of challenges that we're all trying to overcome here in 2020. And
yeah, indeed we are.
This is not any.
Lists are we don't really.
That's rude. That guy just walked down to the camera. And it's like Zuppy.
The lists that the people later in the first round we didn't want to take that chance, and I've gathered some information that I think it was.
Seriously, this general manager sounds badass.
Range too.
But how's your tennis game?
It's not very good.
But the better question is, how's your skills in badassery?
That's Scotty Hartnell.
I bet it's good.
More practice after the. No, Scotty Hartnell.
Well, really quick, I did have one follow-up because we've got some time. This has been a marathon day 2 of the NHL Draft. So before we let you go,
just for your information, Scotty Hartnell has never beaten me.
Oh!
He's going to be calling us here in a second.
Shots fired.
I do want to ask you really quickly before we let you go, just about
damn.
the whole playoff experience from experience.
Bear Hughes.
Well, I think in the NHL,
or Bear Hugs.
There was 0 positive cases. Obviously, that was the most important.
0 positive cases in the NHL. That's just impressive. Meanwhile, the Marlins had to shut down for a bit.
I don't think anyone out there watching would have guessed that the GMs of the Lightning and the Blue Jackets would play pickleball. These two teams have a great history these past couple of years, including a 5 overtime game that we'll always remember. So
yeah, 5 overtime game. Like that's just crazy. I mean, it's positive. I mean that game is. The game is not as long as watching the second half of the draft, but still. Speaking of long, we've just reached 4 hours. This is just insane. Like, seriously, for those watching this video, if you're able to make it up to this point, just kudos to you. You're just amazing and all of that. Like, but people that are watching, don't worry. You guys are lucky. You guys are lucky that I usually edit this. You're lucky that I usually edit the videos. Like, I put the videos together, I did the editing and did the uploading and the thumbnail and all that. So you guys are lucky that I am able to take the time to edit. So there's a large chunk of this recording that you could list. So you obviously watch less. The amount of time you'll see this video will be less than the amount of time it gets recorded. So you can skip all the non-important stuff, because it's gonna make things much easier. So for those of you who don't want to watch a 4+ hour video and watch the video, and then you see that it's much shorter, that I edited a lot, you're welcome. I got you. Mason Langenbrunner. I think that was picked earlier when they mentioned Jamie Langenbrunner. Well, almost up to the 6th round.
Reader, you're also in on Bear Hughes.
I am, absolutely.
Bear Hughes. That's how they say it.
In last year's draft, he's 6'1", 171.
That is funny. If you get rid of the final 3 letters in Hughes, it will be Bear Hug. So now we're going on to the 6th round.
Prescriptions, savings on travel, dining, and deals from top retailers. So many ways to save. Instant resources, tools, and tips.
And the one pick we have is a 165th overall pick. Kyle Acoin.
towards the end of the year.
I wonder if you related to Adrian Cohen.
A point per game. So this is a guy who definitely has some upside. Saw him play in our CHL NHL Top Prospects game. And Reader, I just want you to know.
Yes.
Okay, man.
They got him food! All they got him was a Rice Krispie or some candy thing like that. But he got food! Yay!
As we speak. I tell you what, you know why, Sam? You know why? Because on that door there's a lock on the outside.
Is that what it is?
And he's on the inside.
Oh no!
Well, we love you, Sam. You're the best. You are the best.
I tell you what, his liver is going to be barking in a couple hours if he's not done with us. Great, good stuff there, guys.
Mark Stone, one of the best at getting in and stealing pucks. The guy whose last name is Stone, and his hands are anything but. This guy comes to play. I think he's a great choice for a captain. Stone to Vegas.
Good choice for a captain if Ottawa didn't trade him. But he could be captain of Vegas. I don't know. I mean, it comes down to him and Pacioretty.
Guys like Mark Stone, the Ottawa
Cam Atkinson, Darcy Kemper, Jesper Bratt, Kevin LeBanc, and Anders Lee was a 6th rounder? Really? I kind of thought it was a 1st or 2nd rounder. We're getting close to our pick. The Rangers are on the clock. So the Rangers chose a center named Matt Rempe. Wow, so last season in the WHL, Rempe scored 12 goals, 19 assists, and 31 points in 47 games.
They don't really know my house.
Wait. Yeah, it is. So many good picks. We have one more left. One more, and that's the 197th pick. It's going to take a while, so...
Qualifying offers, tomorrow is the deadline, or actually, tomorrow I believe is the deadline for qualifying offers.
5 o'clock.
Yeah,
so it's 5 o'clock today.
And everyone is qualified.
So that's going to be his concentration because he
for the Rangers.
The players on his roster today.
Now all we gotta do is extend them.
They've done all their research.
I wanted to mention number 165, Matt Rempe, center out of Seattle. Listen, you think of the Billy Crystal movie, My Giant. This guy's 6'8", 205.
6'8"?
He's the tallest
really?
suit up for the Seattle Thunderbirds. He grew up a big fan of Ryan.
He's like the size of Zdeno Chara.
Hockey car, excuse me, not Getzlaff was a
Please show clips of him so I can see what he looks like.
168. Lots mentioned the Leafs. VT Mietman, Brian. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, VT Mietman, he reminds me a little bit of Chris Kreider. He's a big guy that
it reminds me of Kreider.
Left wing for
Montreal, you're on the clock.
Not anymore. They already made their pick a couple of seconds or minutes ago.
When we come back, we are wrapping up the 6th round, so stay tuned.
And then we'll have the 7th round. Now we're at the 7 rounds. Let's go.
Another guy Reader currently playing.
They do, but this player is a 2000 birth date. He is passed over twice in the draft. So here's a player.
What is up with these players getting denied?
Possibly even I'm not going to say the NHL draft has taken a long time, but Elliot Friedman has already grown back his beard between round 2 and 3. Look at Friedman when he's freshly shorn and that hirsute look he was rocking. Yes, it was a glacial pace.
My beard is still on a regular size.
A lightning pace as we go to round 7. We are nearing our 7th hour of coverage on NHL Network.
7th hour of coverage. Meanwhile, we've reached 5 hours of this recording. And holy shit, seriously, if you guys are still here watching this, just wow, you're so dedicated and you're just that amazing, like, so you're ruthless, and that's amazing. But please stay a little bit longer, we only have one pick left. I promise you it will take less than another hour.
I went there with my brother, he went in the 3rd round. Obviously, I was very happy for him. And then the next few hours, it was a little nerve-wracking to wait. 7th round was not an early pick. It didn't really matter to me.
Henrik Lundqvist. Oh, I still miss you, Lundqvist. I still can't believe he lost you. Andre Palat, Patrick Hornquist, Victor Olofsson, Joe Pavelski, Henrik Lundqvist, and Anton Khudobin. Really. Fun fact about Hornquist, he was actually, when he got drafted, he was the last pick of that draft. Yes, right, he was the last player drafted in 2005. And he's doing great, playing like a first liner.
The Red Wings should have won the lottery, not should have, but were the lowest of the regular season.
The Red Wings definitely got the Knicks treatment, like they were the worst team in the league this season and didn't win the draft. Still feel sad for them. I mean, I'm happy that we won the draft and we got Lafreniere, but to see that the Red Wings didn't, despite being the worst team, is just sad. They're so tired. That pretty much sums up all of us watching this draft. Stay with me, people. We're almost up there. We're in 197th. We have less than 10 away. Promise you, once we get our pick, this will end. We're not even gonna finish watching this entire draft. We will just end it after the Rangers get their final pick. It would be great if they move this faster. Like if the Rangers can get their pick if the Rangers can make their pick by 7, that would be nice.
Ottawa, I'm sure, was sitting there going, "We'll take the guy you don't take." And the decision was all up to Rob Blake and the Los Angeles Kings, and I think they made a fantastic selection.
Yeah, we were taking the pick that you won't take, Kings. You definitely, you tried to give us your second overall pick to get our first overall pick, but no way, you're not getting him. Instead, you're gonna get Alex Lafreniere, while we get Alexis Lafreniere. I mean, at least close enough.
Certainly in the next few weeks you will hear that. Brian Burke said it the other day about Morgan Riley in a story in the year when Riley went 5th. He was injured that year, but came back and found out that was the guy that we had first on our list.
Interesting.
Yep.
Wow. They predicted Morgan Riley to be the first pick. What? Pierre Dorian did not qualify Anthony Duclair? Dude, why? Duclair is a great player. Why did you not extend him?
Unrestricted free agent, he's in the market. Friday, his name could be bandied about a little bit, right, Lots?
Not as surprising. Anthony Duclair played terrific for Ottawa, so I don't mean it by any slight towards
yes, and if he did, you should extend him. He's one of, if not the main, he's one of the reasons why the Senators don't suck as they were before. Okay, we're getting close to the final Ranger pick of the draft. Why can they have a commercial after the Rangers made their pick? One pick away from the Rangers.
Take a look at that big board now, and at number 195. That's right.
Oh boy. Here we go. The Rangers are next. Time to make the final pick of the draft. Now, come on, Gordon. Come on, Rangers. Please end this draft with a bang. Please. Every single player we drafted are either gods or very good players. Please have a streak of please complete the streak of drafting great players. Please. I know it's the 7th round, so even if you have a player that doesn't do much, it makes sense to have it, but still. End it with getting a great player, please.
Up and running now in less than a month, which is great for all those kids who want to continue to move forward. But I think the Toronto Maple Leafs have one of those guys.
And we got a goalie named Hugo Oras. He's a goalie. So let's see how he does.
Throughout the course of the year. Others, including the World Junior Terrain Challenge, which is played here in Canada, not happening. So
you ended up getting a goalie that's below 900. I know it's the 7th round, so you didn't expect those players to be gods, but really, a goalie with less than 900 save percentage. You've ruined it. You've ruined everything. And with that, we are finally done. Like, we have been recording for like almost 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours, which is just crazy. Definitely the longest I've ever recorded thus far. I'm certain it might not be the last. So for those that were able to watch this entire video, thank you so much. Like, for those who were able to watch this entire video, if you're seeing this video, comment down the word Empire so that we know that you've watched this entire video. So obviously when this video gets posted, it will be less than 5.5 hours. So after I post my reaction to the first round, this video will be posted. So it's going to take a long time. It's going to take like weeks and possibly even months, but it will be posted. So please bear with me on this. But until then, the whole draft is perfect. We got Lafreniere, and we got all but one good player in the draft, which is very good, and I'm really impressed. I can't wait for the Rangers to dominate in the season. But until then, this has been Justin McGolan, and remember, use your senses, take the senses. Thank you, and God bless America.